Hey everybody, got something really cool for you and really budget friendly. This is the KINDEN portable fire pit and wood stove. Alright, welcome back. Hope you're enjoying your day. This is something that I found online. I don't know if you guys have seen the Solo, Solo bonfire pit. And that's just a fire pit, and that runs about $300. Well, this, and I will take it out of the package soon, don't worry. This is a fire pit, but it's also a bunch of different types of ways to cook food. And there's all sorts of accessories included. The first two accessories I'm going to start off with here, they give you a nice set of tongs. I thought that was kind of nice. Not really necessary, but hey, I'll take them. And a really good pair of fireproof gloves. Now, we're going to use these while we're playing with this later, because we are going to set it up and run it. I'm going to open this up for you, give you a look inside really quick, because I'm anxious to get out there and get it burned in. I will not be cooking on this today, because the main body of the stove is made of galvanized steel, and I want to burn that zinc off. So I'm going to do a really rockin' fire in here, get all that zinc burned off, and then it's safe to cook in. I'm sure in future videos you'll see me use this to cook with. First thing on top is you got a grill. Nice decent sized grill, and you've got this actually fits in the top of the stove, and it's kind of like a barbecue grill where you can get grill marks on your meats and stuff. You can do hamburgers on here, chicken, anything like that. And a ring, this goes around the inside, and in that ring you also have a way to boil anything, because this sits right in the ring. So if you have to purify a lot of water, say at a bug out location, you can put a huge pot on this thing. This thing is built like a tank, so it will definitely take the weight. And lastly, we got some instructions, but lastly, this is kind of I guess you'd call it a roasting pan of some kind, or like I would do barbecue skewers on this thing, and it fits in that center console. This centerpiece too as well, right in there. So you can kind of grill shrimp or seafood or anything like that with that on there, as opposed to just sticking this right in there and grilling burgers or fish or chicken or anything like that. So those are the accessories. Now we're not going to focus much on the accessories today, because we're not going to use the accessories right away. Again, as I said, this is galvanized steel. I want to burn the zinc coating off it. And they do warn you in the instructions, burn this good a couple of times, get it burned in before you cook on it. Now, it's probably negligible, the amount of galvanized zinc that's going to come off here, but still, you don't want to inhale that stuff, and you don't want to cook with that if you can avoid it. So, we are going to take it outside and burn it up. Let me get the main body out here. There are two parts to this. At first, you'd probably think this is something similar to a gasifier. And in a way, it sort of is. And you can do this in multiple different ways. Like you can do it with this and have this in here. But this is the most traditional way. This is your base. I'll make sure I'm in the camera for that. Get that out of there. And this is your top. Okay? So that is your fire pit configuration and most of your other configurations. The user manual, let me find the English part here, has a bunch of different ways to cook on this. See if you can see that up close. Roast on a skewer, grilled fish, Korean barbecue, roasted barbecue and roasted skewer together, and stew mode. So stew mode is also barbecue fire pit mode. So what I'm going to do with this is load it up with wood. We are going to put this top piece in here, although this is stainless steel. And we're just going to try and see how well it works as a fire pit. Because really, that's the real reason I got this. I like that the Solo fire pit, but it's so expensive. I mean, $300 for an occasional bonfire outside? I don't know. With this, while being a little heavy, it definitely is something that you can move around with. And if you're car camping in an area where they don't allow open fires, this is awesome. And we have that a lot of time of the year out here with the heat and the dry brush and everything. So the product size, it is 12 inches around by 12 inches across, 9.2 inches packed. The weight is 7.9 pounds. It is not light. It is not something you're going to stick in your bug out bag or your backpack and backpack with. But It is a really, really cool option for, say, your home, a bug out location. Heck, I would even try to burn this inside my fireplace because I have a wood burning fireplace. So we're going to take this outside and we are going to fire it up and see what kind of a burn we can get from it. I have been told this, because of the holes and the air movement in here, kind of burns a little bit like a tornado. We're going to see if we actually get that. It is way less windy than the day before when I was trying to make coffee out there. So I can burn this. So we're going to take it outside, set it up on the side of the house, and see how it works. All right, I got it all loaded up with wood. I do have a black and white fire starter here, and one of their little cotton ball fire starters here. We're going to start it up. I'm going to put it here, and we're going to see how it goes, and bring you back once it's really roaring. But we're going to start it up now, so we get a fire going here. There we go. Right in there. And this is just firewood that I chopped up a couple days ago in preparation. I knew this was coming, and I wanted to prepare for the video. So this is just firewood. As a matter of fact, this is just stuff that I bought in a gas station. They sell you the big packs of firewood for like $4. I have plenty of old firewood, but I just figured I'd get some extra because I figured this is a little bit bigger and I might actually use a lot up. So we're going to bring you back once this is really going. Looks like it's caught already. I love those black and white fire starters. Those things are just awesome. They would start in a pouring rainstorm, I think. Anyway, I'll bring you back once it's really going, and we'll see what kind of fire pit it makes out to be. And we'll also get all this zinc from the galvanized steel burned off too as well. So make sure when you're doing this in a well-ventilated area. I'm kind of close to it now because I'm doing the video, but I will be backing up as this burns. And already I can see it's doing nice. Getting a nice smokeless fire going, and it's really burning well. So I'll bring you back in a few. So it's been maybe a minute, 2 minutes since I cut off the camera. As you can tell, it's really going well. Let me tell you something. It is hot near this fire. I'm going to back up my stuff here. It is really hot. It's a little warmer today. We have a little less wind, so it seems to be doing the job. It would definitely keep you warm at a campsite. And definitely be awesome for cooking. Once you burn it down to coals, that would be great. See, a little wind kicks up and you're still not getting any smoke. And I'm seeing that little bit of a fire tornado going on there. So anyway, I'm going to bring you back once it's going a little better. I'm going to burn up all this wood that I chopped up for it, and we'll see how it performs. So, been about 5 minutes. I have been able to use the gloves to pick off the rim there without any problem. They're more than adequate for heat. And looks like it's burning everything down pretty good. We've got some nice coals down there. Once the fire would die down, I'd feel safe cooking on it. So let's give it a little bit longer, and we'll see what we end up with at the bottom of the ash pan. So I want to show you what's left at the bottom here. It's pretty much ash. It's very hot still. That's not a good way for me to go in there because it's burning my hands. So it burns very completely, very, very hot, and definitely very cool. It kept this area, the sun's out already, so it's kind of warm, but it definitely kept this area nice and warm. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it off. I've got my hose over there. I'm going to spray it off and cool it down, bring it inside, and I'll give you my final thoughts on it. So I'm back inside. I've washed out the pot there, cleaned it out, wiped off my hands somewhat. And it seems that this, when you start seeing, you notice the bottom, how it's kind of still shiny? See the top here? It's kind of dull gray. That's when you know you've got it burned in enough. Now I am going to burn the bottom too. We're going to reverse this. Put this on top and this on the bottom. And we'll burn off all that zinc from the galvanized steel. All in all, I'm impressed with the thing. I'll tell you, that's like a little volcano in there. It just kept burning and burning and got everything down to ash. You saw what was left. And I had probably about 2 logs all batoned up in there. So that's definitely efficient. It'll definitely keep you warm. You'll definitely need to feed it. And it's one of the nice things I like about this is you can feed it through the side. You can also get some heat out from the side too. Not only does it radiate heat here, but it radiates all the way around. But you'll get a good amount of heat out of that side. And definitely does its job. So Next mission with this, and probably an updated video in a couple weeks, I'll probably cook some stuff on it and see how we like it. I do have a bunch of other stuff to get to before, but I am going to burn it fully in. I'm going to get the bottom burned in too, because you can see that's not been burned up enough yet. And then we'll try it out and see how we like it. I'm going to try out the grills, see that, because we know it's going to boil water. If I put water on there before, it would have boiled a huge pot of water. And I do like the fact that you have options with this. It's not just a fire pit. You can cook, you can grill, you can do skewers, you can do whatever you want. Boil water. It's really a wide range of things, and it's $50. So instead of paying $300 for one of those solo bonfire pits, you actually have a useful piece of material instead of just a useless fire pit that you can only get warm by, and that's it. Can't cook on it, can't do anything else on it. And it's a lot bigger too. This is still small enough where it's portable. It's not going to go in your bug out bag, but it's portable. You can move it from campsite to campsite if you're car camping or something, and it won't take up a ton of space. I'm going to show you how I pack it down real quick. Don't forget, I will put a link to this in the description down below. I am going to pack this down for you. I'll probably have to unpack it because it's still wet. But I want to let it air dry. So, gosh, I'm noisy today, aren't I? Jeez. This won't go inside, so you have to do this. Now, here's a quick concern of mine, is these are coated, and I don't want them to get all scratched up. So I'm probably going to have to put some kind of protective layer in there, be it just some old paper towels, maybe make a little something to cover it. So that is just a thought of mine. Okay, that goes here, that goes there, that goes on top, and you got your bag right here. Now these are always fun to do while I'm not watching what I'm doing. There we go. Huh. That went in pretty easily. So, again, the tongs are a nice touch. Would I take them with me? Probably not. But that's how they lock up. And you can stick them in here if you want. Ooh, get out of there. Close this up. And there you go. You're all set to go to your next adventure, camp trip, whatever. Put it at your bug out location. I'm going to keep this around the house, and I'm actually going to probably use this a lot in my back area that you've seen me do videos in, because I like the fact that it's so portable. I can move it around, I'm not stuck in one area, like if I build a fire pit. So anyway, that is the KINDEN portable wood fire pit and camp stove. I will put a link down below. They run about $50. What are they, $49? Yeah, $49.99. So they run about $50. And with all the different options there, if you're a person that's planning on bugging in your location, you have some outside area to cook, and your neighbors aren't right on top of you, so they smell food and come over and bother you. Man, people laugh, but that is a valid concern. If people smell food, they're going to say, hey, you got food to share. It's definitely an option, definitely a really cool item. And again, preparedness isn't just for end-of-the-world disaster scenarios. It could be an earthquake, a flood, a fire, whatever. You've got a way to cook and keep warm outside. So anyway, I will put a link down below. Don't forget to check out that link, as well as our Amazon store down below. I will have this in our Amazon store, so you can click the link and purchase it if you like. I will also invite you to check out the store, because pretty much everything I review goes in that store. If there's nothing in there you like, just click the link and shop as you normally would on Amazon. Gives us a few bucks, helps out the channel, so we're able to keep buying cool gear and bringing it to you on the channel. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.